because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the Mets of New York town. Oh, the butcher and the baker and the people on the streets, where do they go? To meet the Mets! Oh, they're hollering and cheering and they're jumping in their seats. Where do they go? To meet the Mets! All the fans are true to the orange and blue, so hurry up and come on down, 'cause we got ourselves a ball club, the Mets of New York town. Give 'em a yell, give 'em a hand, and let 'em know you're rooting in the stand. Come on and meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life, because the Mets are really socking the ball, knocking those home runs over the wall. East side, west side, everybody's coming down to meet the Mets of New York town, of New York town.
You are now watching the Amazing Mets PreGame Show with your hosts, Rob and CP.
Let's go Mets! Let's go Mets! Let's go Mets! Let's go Mets!
What's up, Mets fans? Welcome back to another Mets PreGame Show right here on the channel. How is everybody doing today? Welcome to the Amazing Mets PreGame Show. Hopefully everybody is doing good on this Sunday, and the Mets are looking to get a clean sweep of their homestand to go 6-0 on the homestand, finish up the first half 5 games over 500, and guarantee themselves in a wild card spot to start the second half. And there's still work to be done today. Well, the Mets face the Rockies one more time before the first half is over. German Marquez, I believe, is still pitching. There was some talk that he might not start today. It still might be Quantrill, who was supposed to start a couple of days ago, but I don't know. There was some chatter about Marquez not pitching tonight or today. I'm not sure if that's still on the table or not, but we do know Jose Quintana is on the mound today for the Mets, who's pitched well over his last couple of starts, and I expect him to do so again today. The rejuvenation, the turnaround of our New York Mets, and it just makes us completely excited. But later today, there's the MLB draft. First draft for David Stearns as president of baseball ops of our New York Mets. What is he going to do? Well, I put up a video about a half hour ago. Mets draft targets. Mets draft targets. I got a couple of names that I really was focusing in on the video, 4 to be exact. And I also give other names that they've been looking into or scouts have been talking about in regards to the Mets. And I looked at all the mock drafts from all over the place and picked 4 guys that I seen a lot in the mock draft. in different areas and different websites where I think the Mets could go at the 19th pick of tonight's draft. So make sure you look at that. Absolutely. Honeycutt is one of them, right? Brecht, the big right-hander from Iowa, is another one. Seaver King is another one who is a very interesting option. Is somebody that I think that can really be a very interesting pick. But Honeycutt is one of those guys from North Carolina that his teammates call him Honey Clutch because he was the clutchest performer in the NCAA tournament this past year. And it's going to be very interesting because the Mets can go in any which direction. And what is very interesting is that every mock draft I've seen or any player the Mets is linked to in this draft is all college players. How many times over and over they were drafting high school kids and they're probably not going to be here for 4 to 5 years. You draft these college kids who are a little bit more developed than high school, obviously. You might see them in 2 years, on a long shot 3 years. That's the idea, right? You don't want these guys to hang around in the farm system for 4 or 5 years before you even see them, unless they're international free agents that you sign at 15 years old or 16 years old, right? But guys like all the links of players are all college players, juniors and seniors. That's what I like. And again, David Stern can draft a high school guy, and it just all went for nothing. But everywhere I see, it's one of these guys is going to be a college player. Drafted 19th overall for the Mets is going to be a college player. I'm hoping it's either Honeycutt or Brecht from Iowa, the big right-hander who a lot of scouts have been comparing to Paul Skeens. And the reason why he's not a top 5 draft pick is because he does have location issues that he's dealt with in college. He has the stuff. He throws 96 all the way up over 100. He has a slider that 86 to 91 miles an hour, where it has a horizontal break, a vertical break, and it's just nasty. But he has the stuff. So is he more refined like Paul Skeens? Probably not. But he has the stuff and comparable to Paul Skeens. And again, that's kind of, interesting to see, because even Seaver King is actually compared to Mookie Betts. He has a similar build. He's 6 foot, under 200 pounds, very similar to Mookie Betts' body type. And what scouts have said about him, and I go really more into detail in the video on all these guys, is that he has amazing bat speed. When the ball hits his bat, it sounds different than everybody else. So if it's up to me, it's probably between King, Brecht, and Honeycutt. Wake Forest, Iowa, and UNC, 2 North Carolina universities with these 2 players. Look out for those in this draft. I think one of those 3 guys is gonna be in the Mets organization by the end of tonight. So let's get to today's game. Does everybody like the lineup today? I want to make sure, because everybody was very upset about the lineup yesterday that ended up scoring 7 runs once again. That's all they do. Who cares in the lineup? Me and you can be in a lineup. We'll score 7 runs somehow, some way, because that's what the Mets do, right? And they've been doing that. So Ethan says it's still Marquez. Okay, so it's still Marquez. He hasn't pitched in over 14, 15 months. Hasn't pitched since last April. This is a situation, as I talked on the post game yesterday, to end the stream. What is he going to do? He's going to have a pitch count. They're not going to overthrow him. So the Mets lineup do what they continue to do. Work the count, foul off tough pitches, make them work hard, and get him out of the game in the 3rd and 4th inning. He's probably around the 65 to 70 pitch count, if that. Maybe 75. Work the counts, Foul off those tough pitches, let them work hard, and get them out of the game by the 4th inning. That's the key. That is the key. Get into that Rockies bullpen that was used a lot over the last couple of days. So remember, guys, this is where we wanted to see the Mets, right? We wanted them to show the fight. We wanted them to get back to 500. Well, they're 4 games over. They're in a wild card spot. Right now, the Cardinals won both games of the doubleheader yesterday, so the Mets dropped back down to the 3rd wild card, but they're in a wild card spot. The key now is to keep it. See how far you can get into the wild card playoffs, which 1, 2, or 3, but remain in there. Don't let it get away. That's what they have to do. And it finishes up today, as they can sweep a series against the Rockies, coming off a sweep of the Nationals, sweeping the homestand to 6-0, get into 5 games over 500, get into 50 wins, and prime and ready for the second half as the Mets come out of the All-Star break, 4 against the Marlins, 2 against the Yankees on the road. That's where you got to come out there, all guns blazing and ready to go. Because you get a couple of days off, the momentum kind of calms down a little bit. They got to pick themselves back up. The Marlins are a team that always The Marlins are a team that always give the Mets problems. It's a 4-game series. 4-game series are always tricky. But I do feel the Mets are going to continue on their way to getting better and better. They're going to win more often than not, right? They've been winning through this entire stretch over the last 6-7 weeks with the bullpen not being good. Like, we act like the first 5 weeks of this great stretch, their bullpen was amazing. It wasn't. It was bad. Very bad. Over the last month, they've had one of the worst ERAs in baseball. Yet they've been winning a lot despite that. So we're getting the reinforcement. Sean Reed Foley's going to be back after the All-Star break. That's going to help the bullpen. The trade deadline's in 2 weeks. The Mets are going to get reinforcements there. Kodai Senga is coming back after the All-Star break. That's going to help the rotation. That is the important part to realize. They're going to get better. They're getting reinforcements. Senga is going to help the rotation. Foley is going to help the bullpen. Trade deadline is going to help the bullpen. And the offense does what the offense is supposed to do. Excuse me, guys. Sorry about that. That's what they're going to do. The offense has been amazing. It's been carrying this entire team. The rotation has been a lot better than people expected. Sean Manaea and Quintana, people wanted them out of town, out of the rotation. They've been going deeper in ball games. They've been pitching better. Luis Severino bounces back right away after a bad performance and pitches well. Jose Quintana, why do we think he's going to have a bad game? He's been pitching well. And remember what I said a couple of times already. This is why you keep the veteran pitching around in the rotation. Because when they don't pitch well, they can still give you length if you need it. That's the important thing. Yeah, I apologize. I'm tired and I'm a little under the weather too. So I'm a little congested a little bit. It's a rough one, but that's okay. Right? I'm here to talk about the Mets. The hell with me. Right? We're gonna get through it. I'm gonna get through it. It's fine. So yeah, I took medicine too, so it's just all messed up right now. But remember, guys, this team is exactly what you wanted to see from them, and that's why I love it so much. And look, who knows what's going to happen, right? There's already a bullpen arm off the board. Is Harvey from the Nationals was traded yesterday or today, if I'm not mistaken, to the Royals. Oh, sorry, wow. Then that medicine's kicking in, I tell you. So there was also Crochet. The Padres have made an offer to the White Sox. So, it's going to come down to what is Stearns willing to give up to add bullpen arms. That's the problem. That's where we have to look. Now, Estevez is still out there. Tanner Scott is still out there. Mike King, Rob, would you trade Alonso for? Come on, like, first off, duh. But why would the Yankees do that? I mean, that's a silly comment. I know it's a troll job, but come on, like, that's a silly question. So, in the whole spectrum of things right now, and the whole 7 weeks of Mets winning baseball, what were the keys of them being successful? Scoring more runs, the offense finally coming alive, the starting pitching getting better, and getting deeper in the ball games. And they've done it despite the bullpen that has been bad. Excuse me. So that's what we want to see, right? We want that to continue, knowing that reinforcements are coming. So what quality? We'll see when it comes to the trade deadline. We'll have to see. Sean Reed Foley will help. Senga will help this rotation. We'll have to wait and see how good it makes them even better. We'll see. But do I see signs of Lindor or Nimmo slowing down? I still believe second half Alonso is going to be better. Vientos is hitting well. Iglesias is hitting well. Alvarez, the power's not really there, but the average is there. You know, even Harrison Bader, clutch Bader, is happened to always be there with the big hit. Tyrone Taylor, even though he has bad at bats, he seems like he always comes through with a big at bat. Jeff McNeil looked a little bit better yesterday. Got a couple of runs on the board for us in the gap. The lineup's fine. Just a little bit extra help in that bullpen can go a long way. And remember what I said. This team had the exact same record as the 2015 Mets 93 games into the season. 48 and 45. The exact same record. And what I said yesterday, this roster is so much more talented than that roster. It's not even close. Specifically the lineup. So not saying that it's going to be 2015 all over again. We would all love that. But it just shows you that this team was a lot more talented than a lot of people gave it credit for, right? We took the hand-me-downs of the Yankees. We took a couple of has-beens. We took journeymen, and we put them together and they formed the Mets this year. Well, how would Severino look with a Yankee uniform right now? How would Bader look with a Yankee uniform? How about Luis Torrens, right? So these guys are doing their job. But when it comes to Bader, when it comes to Severino, why have they been good? It's very simple. Health. That's it. We knew Luis Severino has amazing stuff. He could never stay healthy to use it. Harrison Bader is a very good player. If he stays healthy, he's a solid player. You don't need all-stars at every position. That is the biggest farce when it comes to sports in baseball. You don't need a tremendous amount of stars to win in baseball. You don't. This is not the NBA where you need 2 or 3 stars just to actually get to the championship or get deep into the playoffs. This is baseball. A lot of things happen. The best team always doesn't win. It seems like in the NBA, the best team seems to always win. You can have a star or two, but you don't need 5 or 6 of them to round up your lineup or round up your roster, and that basically puts you into the World Series. Doesn't work like that. So with this team and the way they're playing, I do trust David Stearns at the deadline. He's going to get bullpen arms. I don't know what caliber of bullpen arms. I mean, do we need excellent ones? Sure, of course you would want them. But again, I haven't even checked what the Royals gave up for Harvey, the Nationals reliever. But he's a pretty good reliever. Tanner Scott's still out there. Carlos Estevez of the Angels is still out there. There's a lot to look forward to over these next couple weeks. Yeet, how is Lindor not an all-star? Because it's a league and it's this baseball fan base always chooses, the stars, and there's a New York bias, specifically with the Mets. So It is. I don't care. Listen, if Lindor and Nimmo have to rest up, let them rest up. I don't care. You think I give a damn if they're in the All-Star game? I don't care. We get overly excited about it for no reason. I'd rather have them rest and get ready for the second half than wasting their time at an All-Star game that doesn't matter. That's it. Let them spend time with their families. Let them rest. Why do I need to see Nimmo and Lindor for 2 innings? I don't care. I really don't. Right? Nimmo, well, you want him healthy. He's one of the most important players on this team. Keep him healthy. Same thing with Lindor. That's it. I don't want to see it. I don't care about the All-Star game. I barely care about the home run derby. Right? Yeah, KJ, I agree. They should be All-Stars. But why do we care so much? Who cares? Does it matter? Does it really matter? No. We get to see him for 2 innings and give him a clap when they announce him. Yay! And then nobody cares after the 3rd inning. So it's like Marcus Aaron Loop. I mean, we remember Aaron Loop 2 years ago. Not the same player. Like, you want guys who are not good anymore. That's a problem. Aaron Loop was good in 2022. Wasn't good any other time. He hasn't been good since. So, well, the Nats didn't give up a top prospect. The Royals gave up a top prospect. That's pretty significant. Yeah, that's a pretty. Let me see. Let me just double check. All right, let's see. Kansas City Colorado Hunter Harvey from Nationals on Saturday night, and in return, wow, that's a. In return, sending third baseman Caden Wallace, their number 2 prospect. So you already see, guys, what bullpen arms are going to cost. Hunter Harvey of the Washington Nationals, who's a very good reliever. I wouldn't say elite reliever, but very good. Just got a number 2 prospect from the Royals. That's a huge asset to give up for a bullpen arm. So you're already seeing what very good to elite bullpen arms are going to cost you. So I ask you this, Met fans. Are you willing to give a top 5 prospect for an elite closer or elite bullpen arm? Are you willing? Because everybody says we need bullpen help, right? Well, you have to give to get. And bullpen arms are clearly a premium this deadline. Sometimes, in years past, it's starters or bats. It seems like this is the year of trade deadline of bullpen arms. So it's going to cost you. It's going to cost you. Again, I can care less about prospects, right? If you already have most of your core here, how many more guys do you need up here? Seriously, right? I think I'd be willing to give up 1 or 2 top 10 prospects, position players in the farm for very good to elite bullpen help. I would hold on to the pitchers. I always think it's more important to hold on to young pitching prospects than young position player prospects because you already got Nimmo. I have a feeling the Mets are going to sign Alonso, or at least try to, right? You have Lindor still. You got Alvarez. You got Vientos, right? That's 5 guys right there. Like, how many more do you really need here? Like, I just don't understand that. Like, with Jet Williams and guys like that, with Ronnie Mauricio in the forefront and probably will be back next year. Jet Williams could be a prime guy you trade for an elite bullpen arm. I know that's crazy to say, but Hunter Harvey brought back a number 2 prospect to the Nationals. And again, do you want to win or is it all talk from Met fans? Because that's all I hear. Oh, the Mets got to get bullpen help. The Mets got to get bullpen help. Well, guess what? It's going to cost you. Put your money where your mouth is, Met fans. What are you willing to give up? Because you just saw Hunter Harvey get back a number 2 overall prospect in the Royals system. So Hunter Harvey, who is probably not at the elite level, but he's a very good reliever. got back a number 2 prospect. So anything on that level, because that just started, what's the line of demarcation of what is going to cost bullpen arms? Hunter Harvey is a very good bullpen arm. That level and above, the next tier of elite bullpen arms is going to cost you. So I want to make sure, Mets fans, you want bullpen help. You don't want guys that are not very good in the bullpen, right? Why trade for those guys? You want guys that are good, very good, and elite. Well, it's going to cost you. So guess what? Are you willing to give up top 10 prospects for bullpen help? Put the money where your mouth is. Well, I heard Met fans bitching and moaning about the bullpen. Well, this is how you're going to fix it. You got to give to get. The Mets got bullpen, they far minor league depth now. You got a ton of infielders. If Vientos is going to be a third baseman of the future, Lindor is already a shortstop. There's a pretty good chance Mauricio is going to be a second baseman next year. Where is Jet Williams playing? Right? You still got Drew Gilbert. Right? You still got multiple outfielders, top prospect. You got a ton of pitching prospects. Right? If Alonso does stay with the Mets long term, your infield is solidified for at least the next 5 years. So why are you keeping these guys? How many more times are you going to keep on holding on to these guys and not doing what you're supposed to do to help this major league club? And if you don't do that, then you criticize Stearns, or I will criticize Stearns, because I'm sick and tired of holding on to prospects when you have an opportunity to make a run. And I'm not telling you the Mets going to win the World Series, but they're playing the best baseball of the season. They deserve reinforcements at the trade deadline, unlike 2022, where they spit the bit on that. Bullpen arms are a premium this trade deadline. Last year, it was starting pitching. The year before that, it was bats. This year, bullpen seems to be the premium. If you got bullpen arms, you're going to get a ton back. So, unfortunately, what is David Stearns going to do? I hope he's willing to give up a couple of prospects to make that happen. Because that whole half in, half out mentality of trading from your major league roster to help your bullpen, I don't like that at all. Don't like that at all. So we'll see. We got a couple of weeks, 2 weeks until that. You're starting to see trades now. Right after the All-Star break, you're going to hear a lot of rumors. It's going to be a lot of Mets hot stoves, trade deadline specials, and all that fun stuff as well. So we'll get into that when that happens. But to finish up the stream, guys, make sure you hit on that like button and make sure you check out my video, Mets draft targets, that just posted about an hour ago. Make sure you tune into that. And I go into detail on the 4 guys that I believe the Mets are possibly going to take at number 19. I really put a spotlight on 4 guys, and you can look at the video. You can watch the video, and I really go into depth. I talk about their stats, talk about their comparisons, all that fun stuff, and what is my best choice going with the 19th overall pick. So make sure you check out that video after the pregame. So today, game 95 of the season, Jose Quintana against Germán Marquez. Marquez hasn't pitched in over 14 months. Get him out of the game early. Let that pitch count get up. Get into the Rockies bullpen and beat them up. Today's the day where you step on their throats. You give them no chance to breathe. You don't make this a game. You finished the job. Finish the homestand 6-0. Get the 5 games over 500. Get to that 50th win plateau and enjoy the All-Star break and get ready for the second half. That's what they got to do. That's the mindset they got to have, and I expect them to do that today. The Rockies are probably booking vacations already. Got 1 foot on the plane. Get it done. Get it done. Eduardo, how you doing, buddy? Get it done. So, and yes, JD Martinez is getting off again. Everybody, yesterday was your Sunday lineup. The Mets pulled out a win. Great. Now you got the majority of you guys in except Martinez, right? Older guy, you got to give him a break. They decided to give him off a break today. It's fine. The lineup is fine. 1 through 6 is a pain in the ass to deal with. And then when you get through 7, 8, 9, Beta is a pain in the ass. Taylor got sneaky power. Jeff McNeil has been getting some big hits lately. Not a lot, but he's been getting some. He's been looking better at the plate. So with that said, guys, thank you for tuning in to another Amazing Mets pregame show right here on the channel. Check out the Mets draft targets right after the pregame. The video is up now, so make sure you check it out and take a look of the college kids that I'm thinking the Mets, one of the guys that the Mets might take for the 19th overall pick. Everybody, enjoy the game. Let's go Mets, and I'll see you in the post game. Let's go Mets. See you post game show, guys. Let's go. Let's get that sweet.
Meet the Mets, meet the Mets. Step right up and greet the Mets. Bring your kiddies, bring your wife. Guaranteed to have the time of your life because the Mets